Hey y'all, welcome. My name is Fabi. I am a freelance social media consultant, small business owner, and I want to help you guys today get unstuck in your business process. So you have a business idea that you want to take on to the internet, on social media, whatever, and you feel a little bit stuck, right? Be it that you haven't started yet and you're kind of scared of what to do next, you don't know, or you've been doing this for a minute and it's just like plateaued a little bit, or you started recently but you feel it's not taking off as you want it to. Well, stay tuned because I'm going to give you 5 reasons as to why this might be happening and a little bit of how to fix it. So reason number 1 might be that you're just afraid to make mistakes, and this happens mostly to people that are starting out. I know that when I was starting out SULK Crew, I put it off for a little bit just because I wasn't sure where to go, what to do. So I'm just here to tell you that it is fully okay to make mistakes. I know that when you're starting out and you have this idea, you don't want to mess it up and you want to try really hard, but you'd be surprised how quickly the internet forgets about things and how little people know that you exist yet. So you can really fuck up at the beginning especially, and just let it take off. Because when I started out, like, my content wasn't great, my designs weren't great, and it honestly has taken me about 1.5 years to really feel like I've come into my style and into what I want to do. Ultimately, how will you know if you don't get started, if you don't take that first step, if you don't make those mistakes? How do you know they're mistakes if you haven't made them, you know? So just try things out, don't be scared, do your thing, and get started. If you get started, you're already a step ahead of a lot of people. Reason number 2 is accessibility. And I don't mean this as in, you know, having captions on your YouTube videos or making, you know, easier for someone with some sort of disability to navigate. I mean, do that. You should do that. You should try to do that if you can. But by this, I mean ease of access to your service. There are so many tattoo artists that I follow that I've just had to do detective work to find out where they worked, where they tattooed, or how to get in contact with them, and it doesn't make sense. And this happens to a lot of shops that are starting out, where they'll either be scared to set up a store, so they'll be like, oh, DM me for a purchase, or they won't have their full information, people won't be aware of what their product is. And if you don't make your service and your product accessible to people, you can expect them to buy stuff from you. If I don't know what you're selling, how am I gonna buy it? If you're selling something that someone can get something similar easily, then you're gonna lose that sale because they don't know where to find you, right? And this can even go as far as whatever your username is online, what the name of your shop is. If it's something that's hard to understand, it's spelled funky, maybe there's a lot of stores with that same name or similar names. You know, you have to think of these things when you're thinking of building your brand. Ultimately, if you're not accessible to people, they're not gonna wanna do the work. So you just have to make sure your profile is super clear so that people can make the purchase. Number 3, and one that's a little bit harder, I think, is community. Something that I truly believe in is that we should be trying to build communities with our businesses rather than just be selling product. I think that part of what the internet thrives on is its ability to create communities and groups of people that are like-minded. So when you're thinking of starting a shop, when you're thinking of putting forward your product, you have to think of the people that are going to want to buy it, and you have to think of that person very specifically and try to make engaging content in a way that makes them loyal to you. Building a strong community gives your business a strong core. This means that you might not need to grow as far and expand as much, because you're going to have a group of people that are always going to be buying your product and that are going to be constantly looking for what you're doing. I know that I have a few people in my shop that I recognize their names whenever I see them. I recognize their Instagrams because they're constantly engaged, and you know, they're my little SULK crew, and that's why I named my shop that, because I wanted that community feel from the name of it. And I think that's a huge part of creating that internet business world thing. Having people be super conscious about you. They're the ones that are going to give you the most free publicity. They're going to give you word of mouth. They're going to give you, you know, wear your stuff all the time. I know that there's people that I recognize their names and their Instagrams all the time. And it makes you feel so much prouder of your brand when you know you have these people supporting you no matter what. Number 4, and this one is a little bit harder to understand, is branding and identity. And if you want me to make a more in-depth video about branding, and I could make a whole series about it. If you want, let me know in the comments. If I ask who your business is selling for, could you tell me? This is probably the most important question that I've heard over and over and during my research before I started SULK Crew. Basically, close your eyes and think of your ideal customer. It can be someone like yourself. I think that's fully valid. I think I envisioned myself a lot when I was making my stuff, and I often think of, would I wear this proudly when I make something? And I noticed that my best sellers are the ones that I love to wear the most. So think of, you know, who you're selling to, who that specific person is. For me, what helped a lot, it's my background in creative writing. I've done a lot of character development in that way. So I recommend that you just go online and download one of those like character formation sheets, like character building that you had to do like in high school English, because that will give you the perfect image of who that person that you're creating for is. And that will help inform when you post on social media, what kind of content you post for them, when you post on your stories, when you post on Facebook, when you put sales out, when you put promotions out, all that kind of stuff, if you know who your target person is. And I like to think of it as like one specific human being. Like, I have a couple people that are my very sort of loyal customers that I think of them and I'm like, yeah, like that's exactly who I was aiming for. And I think you should do that too. A second part of this is that helps inform the look and feel of your store. If someone isn't sure what kind of vibe you have, they're gonna be more apprehensive and not as obsessed with you as they could be with other brands. I know that, for example, for me, and it might not show because I'm wearing like red today, but one thing, my color is like a sky baby blue, like December sunny day, Argentina flag color, you know, like that has been for a while my color, where like my Instagram theme on my personal account was based on it. My YouTube channel before I started posting again, that was the main color. You know, it's been such a part of me that I know when I created SULK Crew that it had to be part of it. And it worked out because SULK Crew is very much like 80s, like edgy, broody, moody music, alternative bands, a lot of Morrissey, and you know, I feel like that color encompasses a lot of how that feels, which is, you know, blues, like, you know, when you're feeling blue, you're kind of sad, that kind of stuff. So you have to think of words that describe your business, the mood and feel of it, and what colors and what shapes and what structures sort of imitate that feeling, right? So again, for SULK Crew, it's a lot of very soft, very blue, very sort of, yeah. And that might be something different for you. You know, if you're making, I don't know, hardware, like jewelry that is very sort of utilitarian or whatever, like, you know, those kind of like satchel bags, off-white, industrial stuff, like your stuff might be harder, it might have like more brown tones or something like that. So look a little bit into design ideas. I would say look into shops that are similar to yours and see what they use, what you like, and that will help inform your branding. And number 5, I was gonna do it with 2 hands. Number 5, and probably the most important one, is consistency. I see a lot of people that are like, oh, what, I'm not growing, and then they're posting like, they posted twice last week, 3 times this week, and then once next week, and it confuses people. It makes people sort of not sure, and brand awareness is a big part of having a business, right? So how to make someone aware of a brand, you have to be constantly making contact with them. And I don't mean that you have to post 12 times a day, and I don't think that's healthy, and I don't think Instagram would like that very much, but I do think that you need to have a consistent posting schedule, especially if you're posting less on your feed, because it has to be more curated, and your feed does have to be more curated, specifically on Instagram. For me, I like to post every day. I have the resources and I have made the steps and processes to be able to post every day content that I think is quality. You don't want to sacrifice quality over quantity, but you don't want to sacrifice quantity over quality either. You have to find the middle spot where you can create meaningful, valuable content that is good, but also not so good that you're posting once a month. You know, I think a lot of people are like, oh, but I'm working on this one thing and let me not post it till it's finished and perfect. And it's like, process pictures get you a long way, dude. Post consistently. I think that the minimum on Instagram, probably for me, that I would feel comfortable with, obviously other people are going to have different opinions, but for me, you should be posting at least 3 times a week, and then make sure you're posting a lot on your stories. The good thing about stories is that they can be less brandy and less, you know, curated, to put it in a certain way, and they can be more free-flowing and nice and fun. But I feel like the sweet spot, if you have like a crunch of time, is about 5 times a week, and that would be like batch making content, right? So when you have a day off, take a bunch of pictures and then, you know, have them so that you can schedule them throughout the month. I understand it's not easy to keep up with daily content, and you know, the fact that I've been doing this for a year and a half, haven't missed a post on my Instagram, is a lot, but I'm also not afraid to reuse photos, and I think a lot of people are. But if you space them out enough, I think it's fine to reuse photos, honestly. If they're good, they're good, you know? But yeah, if you're not consistent, you have to be aware that people aren't constantly thinking about you, and I know that's a hard part of the whole social media craze, right? And I get it, but you have to be aware that, again, if you post once a week, people are only thinking about you once a week. So you have to choose what you want to do, and that's why I think stories are so fantastic. Some of these points I can dive deeper on. Let me know if you want me to, and I will make another video, especially the branding one. I feel like there's a lot more to explore there. You can always get more information about any of this that I talked about, or more one-on-one access to me if you go on my Patreon, link below, where you can even set up a monthly call with me where I can help you improve your online business, because I love that. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, and all that stuff. And let me know in the comments below again if you want to see another video about branding, and any questions that you might have about branding or just business growth in general. And yeah, I will see you guys next Thursday.